As we go live here to Foxborough, Massachusetts, live with Judy Battista here on NFL Network. Good morning, Judy. In essence, saying, yeah, we said we'd accept this, but now that we see this, well, geez, this is pretty strong. What's the reaction there this morning?
Well, no question, Andrew. There was a marked change in tone last night. You know, that statement came out right around 9 o'clock Eastern time last night. Much different tone from the statement last week when the Wells report first came out, when Kraft seemed slightly more conciliatory. He was still clearly not happy with the findings of the report, but he said at that time that they would accept the findings, and it suggested that they would take whatever medicine the league doled out and move on. Certainly last night you got the impression from reading this that he might be prepared to fight on. They have the option of appealing. It's an appeal process much like Tom Brady's appeal process would be. It would be heard by either the commissioner or a designee of the commissioner, and it would be a separate appeal from Tom Brady. So whether Tom Brady appeal goes forward does not in any way affect what would happen with the Patriots appeal. But they have a decision to make. Will they appeal? And again, last night you certainly got the impression with Kraft calling it a one-sided investigation that they might fight on, even though it appeared last week that they would not.
And Judy, it is an important distinction here. Brady can appeal his penalties. However, the Patriots as an organization, the $1 million fine, the loss of two draft picks, they can also appeal. They would be, in essence, parallel appeals. Hypothetically, they could lose one, win the other, lose both. There could be any number of outcomes here. But as Silver pointed out before, if the organization appeals, do we know will they be forced to hand over more discovery? How does this work?
Well, that's a good question, and as Michael just pointed out, that's the question that's facing Tom Brady, too. The further along you go in the appeals process, will they be forced to, they did not make Jim McNally available for what the Patriots felt was an excessive number of interviews. They wanted to talk to him. Ted Wells' people wanted to talk to him again. Would they be forced to make him available? Same thing that you brought up with Tom Brady. Would he be forced to turn over those electronic messages? We don't know how far it would go. But again, they would be running parallel to each other. They are not the same appeal. They have to make an independent decision. Will they appeal the suspension? The suspension for Tom Brady, and will the team appeal its discipline?
Judy, one last thing. Whether a sports radio or the paper, when you picked up coffee this morning, what's the reaction there on what looks like a typically dreary Foxborough day?
Well, I said earlier that it was dreary, and that was probably reflective of the mood. And a Patriots fan tweeted to me, actually, if you said a volcano was erupting, that would be more reflective of the mood. And I think that's more accurate, certainly. There's a lot of anger and dismay, not only that they got Tom Brady, but that they took away the first-round draft pick. I think a lot of people here feel that this was an excessive punishment, and that the crime, if you want to call it a crime, did not fit the punishment.
As I said last night, social media and sports talk radio was angry, like an old man trying to send back soup at the deli. Thank you, Judy Battista, there in Foxborough the morning after.